In this video, we're going to be talking about the Devotion LMG in Apex Legends, and we're going to be talking about why it's the most broken gun I have ever used and ever seen, and why that could potentially be a good thing for the next week or two. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. So happy to be recording a video again. I'm contemplating moving to daily uploads, but I don't really think that's the move because of my shifts at my job. But I do want to also try and kick YouTube off a lot more to like a big snowball explosion effect. But who knows, guys? Who knows? Today we're going to talk about the Devotion LMG, comparing it to the Spitfire, and why it's honestly the most overpowered gun, honestly, in Apex Legends. So I've been playing Apex all weekend long, pretty much, thankfully. I've been loving this game still. I'm still deadly in love with Apex Legends, and I've been using the Devotion, and I wanted to give it a go mainly because I've never really tried it in the game. I've gotten beamed by it before. I've gotten a little, triggered over dying from the Devotion, but I've never actually given the Devotion a good old go, and man, oh man, I really wish I would have tried this gun sooner because it is so broken. I'm not saying it's like Apex Respawn, you need to go and nerf it now, but like if you put the turbocharger attachment on the Devotion, I wholeheartedly believe it is the best gun in Apex Legends. I'm not saying it could be, I'm not saying it might be one of the best guns, I'm wholeheartedly saying this gun is the best gun in Apex Legends with the turbocharger attachment. The only downfall, and I'll get to that after, is the ammo. It takes energy ammo, which in my opinion is probably the hardest ammo to find, just because there's literally only like 3 energy ammo guns in the game, so it's a little hard to find some energy ammo, lying around the map. But once you do get it, and once you do start picking it up off of bodies, I would 100% recommend the max or minimum amount of ammo that you should carry for this is at least 4 stacks of 60. That'll leave you with 240 bullets for the Devotion, which you might be saying, that's a lot, but the fire rate when it is fully ramped up is actually 15%, so it's a little bit, it burns through ammo really fast, I'll tell you that right now. The mag size coming in is at 44, the tactical reload and the full reload, so tactical reload is basically when you just reload it with, if you've only shot 2 bullets and you still have 42 bullets left in the mag, and then you press square to reload, that's a tactical reload. Instead, if you were to let all the bullets drain out of the gun till it hits 0, that's a full reload. So a tactical reload is 2.80 seconds, and then a full reload is a 3.63 seconds. So I would highly recommend trying to tactical reload this if you could. Honestly, I'd say most of your time is going to be spent full reloading at a long 3.63 seconds. I'd say it's a long time, a big 1 second difference. So if you could, I would try and tactical reload it with like 2 bullets left in the clip, but most of the time you're going to be finding yourself hip fire spreading, or even just just spraying. Honestly, this thing's just a spray and pray type of gun. I literally compare it to the minigun from Fortnite, except you have to reload this one. So honestly, if you can, I would tactical reload it, but most of the time you're literally just gonna be spraying and praying. Here's where it comes in clutch. The DPS, alright, this is where it makes a huge difference, is set at 255 when it's at its max speed. Now, it can be a little low, obviously, if you don't have the turbocharger because you have to charge it up, but if you have the turbocharger, you pretty much go from 0 to 255 damage per second in like 5 seconds. It's absolutely ridiculous how fast this thing can kill people. Not only people, but how fast this thing can kill a full squad from 0 to 5 seconds. Like, unbelievably broken. Now, if we compare these stats to the Spitfire, obviously the Spitfire takes heavy ammo, so it's, obviously a little bit easier to find ammo. You only get 35 mag size compared to the 44 in the Devotion. I do find, though, that you do run through, ammo a little, or not even a little, but way faster in the Devotion, which is, kind of unfortunate. I'm not going to lie, it is a little bit unfortunate. The tactical reload speed is 2.80 as well, and then the full reload is 3.33. So 0.30 seconds less with the Spitfire, but I wouldn't really care because if you do tactical reload the Devotion, it still is the exact same as if you were to tactical reload the Spitfire. And then obviously the DPS on the Spitfire, way lower. It's literally at 180 when the Devotion is at 255. So obviously the Devotion's DPS is just way better. Coming in here to the actual damage numbers, this is where it's going to be a little bit lower than the Spitfire, but I'll get into why that does not matter at all soon. But the actual damage numbers for the body, head, as well as leg damage. So for the body, it's going to come in at 17 damage per body shot, 34 per headshot, headshot and 12.75 per leg shot, which 34 damage for a headshot. This thing has a fire rate of 15 at max. I'll pull up the R99 stats because that's one of the fastest firing guns as well, and it's an SMG. The R99 has an 18% fire rate, so 18 shots per second. The Devotion has 15. That's the same as the RE45 pretty much. And you know, the R99 only does 18 to the head when the Devotion does 34 damage to the head, man. Now, obviously the Spitfire is more, but the Spitfire's fire rate is only 9. The Devotion's fire rate is 15, man, when it's maxed out, and you can get it from 0 to 15 in like 3 seconds if you have the turbocharger attachment. So obviously the Spitfire does a little bit more damage. I'll get to it right now. It does 20 to the body, 40 to the head, so you get a solid 6 more damage to the head, but you do have the lower fire rate, so obviously that's a little less, and you do 16 to the leg. So 3 more damage to the body. I wouldn't say that matters too much because, like I said, your shots per second, you only get 9 shots per second while using the M600 Spitfire compared to 15 shots per second at max. Obviously, if you don't have the turbocharger, it might take you a little bit longer, but you know, 15 shots per second is a little ridiculous. All right, and it does 34 damage to the head. It is so broken, man. It's so overpowered statistic wise. This gameplay does do some very good justice to show you guys it as well. For each gun, you can put on a barrel, a stock, an optic, as well as a hop-up for the Devotion. For the Spitfire, you can only put on a barrel, mag, an optic, and a stock. So, you know, obviously, a little bit different. You cannot put a magazine on the Devotion. That is the one extremely annoying part about this gun that I found. You cannot put a magazine on the Devotion, which is so irritating, so frustrating. I really wish you could have put a mag on it because 44 bullets goes by just like that. Like you just run straight through all the bullets, and it's just so annoying, man. The Spitfire, you don't have to worry about putting a hop up on it. I mean, the Devotion is still good without the turbocharger, but if you can find the turbocharger, it literally turns this gun into a massacre machine. The projectile speed for the Devotion is 33,500. And then the projectile speed for the Spitfire is 27,500. So I believe what the projectile speed does is, say you're standing beside your teammate and you're both shooting at the same enemy, and one teammate was using the Devotion and one was using the Spitfire. I'm pretty sure the guy using the Devotion would hit his shots faster and earlier than the guy shooting the Spitfire would, just because the Devotion has almost a 5,000% more projectile speed. So obviously that's a little bit better too, because if you're standing, you know, in a close range gunfight, most of the time you won't really notice it because it's pretty much like just projectile speed. But you know, it could help you out a bit because you have that extra 5,000 or just that extra projectile speed on the Devotion. So could help you out a lot. Both guns have a 0.70 millisecond draw time, which, you know, isn't bad. It's just to aim the gun. It doesn't really matter. Most of the time though, the real big benefit, I guess you could hip fire both of them, but the Devotion to hip fire is a lot more, I guess, accurate if you're in closer range. Medium to longer range hip firing with the Devotion is a little bit harder, but medium to long range with the Spitfire is a little bit easier. So take of it what you want. And then the maximum headshot distance for the Devotion is 2,500 for the M600 Spitfire as well. And then the ADS movement speed, so when you're ADSing, it's 41%. So it's a little bit lower, so obviously that's why I'm saying the Devotion is probably one of the best rushing guns ever, because you don't have to ADS and the hipfire is so easy. The Spitfire, I wouldn't say it's better for rushing just because it has that fire rate of 9, but honestly, on my life, boys, the Devotion is one of the best guns to rush enemies with in Apex Legends. Body shots, it takes around 6 to 12 shots to kill without armor on. If they have level 3 or 4, it should basically just take double. If you're hitting headshots versus a level 3 to 4 helmet, so 25%, it takes 4 to 8 shots, so obviously a little bit lower with the Devotion. If you're gonna use a Spitfire, it takes 4 to 7, but you have to realize you have the faster fire rate as well. So it takes 0.48 to 1 seconds to do it with the Devotion, and that's without the turbocharger. But if you have the turbocharger on it, it takes 0.35 all the way up to 0.68. So the Spitfire is 0.33 to 0.67, but you do hit faster. And that's what you gotta realize is you have the fire rate as well as the hip fire spread is just a lot easier with the devotion. Statistics wise, this gun honestly hits like a truck. I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend rushing as much with the Spitfire, but honestly guys, the devotion is just an absolute tank. I love it so much. Hopefully this gameplay speaks for itself as well. Go ahead and use the devotion, boys. Tell me how you think of it down below, and leave a like on this video. My Instagram will be linked down in the description as well. Go ahead and leave it a follow so you can keep up to date with all the dope Apex Legends content that I post on there. I basically just post some pretty sweet squad wipes and stuff, some pretty awesome montage clips and whatever. And yeah, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But if you guys are new here, please make my day. Show me some love by hitting that subscribe button and as well as hitting the bell notification. We've recently hit 2,700 subscribers. I am so beyond hyped for that, guys. March has just been an incredible month for the channel, and April is also doing extremely well. So I'm so thankful for every single one of you guys. I'm going to try and keep more up to date on the channel and start to put more effort into it as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out.